Hello everyone. So this is the part 2 of our video discussion about circles. So without further ado, let's start. So ari na ta sa right triangles. So under sa right triangles, we're going to tackle about the Pythagorean theorem. So in this illustration, so as you can see right now, this is circle D having the radius, which is the segment DE. Then at the same time, this radius is also one of the legs of this triangle CED. So this triangle CED is what we call the right triangle. So why is it right triangle is formed? So because of this explanation that radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So therefore, angle E is a right angle. So this is angle E. So angle E na siya. Then also radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So ang tangent na to kaning CE. So kaning CE tangent na siya because it passes through one point of the circle. Okay, so nagpass siya sa one point sa circle, so tangent na siya. Then at the same time, it is perpendicular to the radius. So basta perpendicular siya, it forms a right angle. Therefore, this figure or this illustration forms what we call right triangle. So this is triangle CED. Again, angle E is a right angle. So we are going to find the length of ED or the length of DE. So how are we going to find the length of ED? So we're going to use the formula of what we call the Pythagorean theorem. So the Pythagorean theorem formula is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. This is the solution. So we have 45 squared equals 43 squared plus b squared. So as you can see right now sa solution, so ang 45 squared represents the c. So kanang c represents what we call the hypotenuse. Okay? So hypotenuse. So kanang longest side sa right triangle mo nang gitawag na tog hypotenuse. Then kaning 43 squared represents the legs or represents one of the legs of the right triangle. So it is assumed that 43 is A. So ang A represents one of the legs of this right triangle or the longer leg. While b squared, so kanang b squared or b represents the segment ED, in which segment ED is a radius. So gipangita na to ang b. Again, ang b represents the segment ED. So mo ni siya. So again, substitute. So punahin mo siyang 45 squared equals 43 squared plus b squared. Okay, I will solve this further. 45 squared, so that is equal to 45 times 45. So that is equivalent to 2025. Okay, 2025. Then equals 43 squared, so that is 43 times 43. So that is equals 1849. So 1849. Then minus b squared. Then after that, you are going to transpose 1849 to the left side. So mag-uban si 2025 og si 1849. So we derive at this solution. Nahimo siyang 2025 minus 1849 equals b squared. So if you're going to subtract this one, so it becomes 1824 equals b squared. Or you can interchange this, ibaylo. Pwede na sila magkabaylo. So ang left side nimo b squared, then the right side is 1824, 1824. Then after that, we are going to find the b, which is the radius, or which is named segment ED or segment DE. We are going to square both sides. Pag square both sides, so the square root of b squared is b. And then equals, so naanad rin solution, so that is approximately 42.708. So it is being rounded off to the nearest thousandths. Okay, so naimo siyang 42.708. So therefore, the measure or the length of this radius ED, which is represented by letter B, is 42.708, or it is approximately 42.708. Okay, so let's go now to congruent tangent segments theorem. So sa congruent tangent segments theorem, so it states that if two segments from the same exterior point are tangent to a circle, then they are congruent. So mo ni siya ang illustration sa congruent tangent segments theorem. So as you can see right now, so we have the circle P having the two lines. So na duha ka lines, kaning line ST og line SR. So kanang line SR and line ST kay mga tangent because it passes through one point of the circle or one end point sa circle. So it means tangent na sila. So it explains that if line SR and line ST are tangent to circle P, then segment SR is congruent to segment ST. So it means whatever the measurement of or whatever the length of segment SR is just the same as the length of segment ST. Balitan, kung diri is 5 units, diri 5 units. Kung 15 units, diri pod 15 units. So that is the brief explanation of congruent tangent segments theorem. So harita sa example 4. Segment AB is tangent to circle C at B. So this is the point B. Then that is one point or one end point of the circle. So kaning AB tangent sa circle C sa point B. While sa AD or segment AD is tangent to circle C also at point D. So we are going to find the value of X. So specifically kanang X na asa sa AD, sa segment AD. So how are we going to solve this? Since these two segments are congruent because they are the tangents of circle C, therefore this is the solution. AD equals AB. So whatever the length of AD, maupod ang length sa AB. Ang AB na to is 11, dapat ang AD is 11 also. But the question is, we're going to find the value of X. So again, mo ni ang solution, AD equals AB. So we'll substitute the AD and AB. So ang AD na to is X squared plus 2. AB is 11. After that, we're going to solve further. So how come na nahimo siyang X squared equals 9? So kaning 2 ato nang i-transpose sa right side, mausab ang sign kay positive man siya sa left, inig-transpose sa right, minus na. So it becomes X squared equals 11 minus 2. So nahimo siyang X squared equals 9. Since we're going to find the value of X, so we're going to square root both sides. Ato nang square root ang both sides. So ang square root sa X squared kay X, ang square root po sa 9 is 3. Okay? So if we're going to solve it in a proper way, so mo ni siya. X is equal to plus minus 3. So therefore, you have two values of X. So ang una, positive, so X equals 3. Ang kadua, X equals negative 3. So it means you have two values of X. Ato na sang i-check kung sakto ba nga ito ang dissolve. So since ang AD is in the form of X squared plus 2, so ato nang i-substitute ang value sa X. So let's substitute the X to 3. So positive atong unahon. So originally that is X squared plus 2 equals 11. So since X equals 3, so 3 squared, then plus 2 equals 11. Therefore, 3 squared is 9. 9 plus 2 equals 11. So, then 11 equals 11. So, sakto ra. No? So, x equals 3 is correct. How about x equals negative 3? So, if you're going to put negative here, so negative 3 squared, so negative 3 times negative 3 is still 9 or positive 9 plus 2 is 11. So, at the same time, sakto po ng x equals negative 3. So, therefore, the values of x are 3 and negative 3. Okay, so let's tackle some more examples related to circles. So, for example 1, find the measure of each arc. So, we're going to find the measure of arc LM, arc MNL, and the arc LMN. But before that, let us review about the kinds of arcs, katong minor arc, major arc, and the semicircle. So, balik ta, there is a definition sa minor arc, major arc, o semicircle. So, mayroon kag minor arc that is part of a circle that measures less than 180 degrees. While sa major arc, part of a circle that measures between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. Or more than 180 but less than 360 degrees. And semicircle, an arc whose endpoints are the endpoints of a diameter of the circle. And it measures 180 degrees. So, balik ta dire. So, as you can see, sa example, so, ang minor arc na to dire is AP. Major arc na to is ABD. So, this is ABD. So, sobra half mo ng major arc. Semicircle, so half of the circle. So, this is arc BAD. So, I already discussed this one on the part 1 of our video lesson. Last, before we go to the example, when you talk about the measure of a minor arc, so that is the measure of its central angle. So, kanang angle nga nasa tunga, kung pilay sukod niya, okay, kung pilay ang angle, mapod ang imuang sukod or measure sa minor arc. While ang measure sa major arc, so that is the difference between 360 degrees and the measure of its associated minor arc, or 360 degrees minus the measurement of its associated minor arc. Okay, so ato na siyang isolve. So find the measure of each arc. So for the first one is the arc LM. So arc LM or arc ML, so that is equals 70 degrees. Because ang minor arc, that is equals to its central angle. So pilay sukod sa central angle, mo po na sukod sa iyahang minor arc. The arc MNL. So ang M and L. So, sobra siya sa half sa circle, it means major arc. That is 360 degrees minus the minor arc, which is 70 degrees. That is equals 290 degrees. How about the arc LMN? So, LMN, so that is a semicircle. The measurement of the arc LMN is 180 degrees. Next, for example 2, find the measures of the red arcs. So, muna yung red arcs kani. So, these are arcs AC and ED. So, are the arcs congruent? So, parehas ba daw ang arcs? So, here's the solution and the explanation. The measurement of arc AC is equal to the measurement of arc DE. So, that is equals 41 degrees. So, ano man ang AC is 41 degrees? So, because of the central angle, which is 41 degrees. Okay? Ang atbang niya nga central angle, 41 degrees. So, therefore, ang arc AC is also 41 degrees. While sa arc DE or arc ED, ang yung atbang pot nga central angle, 41 degrees. So, therefore, ang arc ED is also 41 degrees. Then, since the arcs are in the same circle, they are congruent. So, nasiya sa usa ka circle, ang arcs AC o ED, so they are congruent. Aside from nga pareha silang sukod, congruent sad sila. Because na sila nakalay or nabutang sa same circle. So that is for example 2. How about the example 3? Find the measures of the red arcs then are the arcs congruent? So it's just the same as example 2. So here's the explanation. The measurement of arc DE is equal to the measurement of arc AC. That is equal to 81 degrees. So ang AC is 81 degrees, kaya ang central angle is 81 degrees. Same goes for arc DE. Kaya ang atbang put ng central angle is 81 degrees. But, however, since the arcs are not of the same circle or congruent circles, they are not congruent. Even though they have the same measurements, but they are not congruent because they are not lie on one circle. Arc DE lies on the smaller circle, while ang arc AC lies on the bigger circle. Dili siya congruent dahil, as you can see, bubuhog arc ang DE kaysa sa arc AC. But still, they have the same measurement, which is 81 degrees. Okay? Because of their central angles. Parehas man sila central angles. So that explains for example number 3.